Hi everyone, my name is Rose and this is...
Hi, I'm Lydia Wood, organizer for the Western Mass Area Labor Federation.
And I'm Rose Bookbinder with the Pioneer Valley Worker Center. It's really inspiring to get to, even though we're doing physical distancing, to get to gather together in whatever way we can to make sure that we're lifting up the demands of our frontline workers. We're launching today something that we're calling Fridays for the Front Lines, and we hope to be doing an action every Friday, whether a parade or a call-in day advocating for hazard pay or advocating specific demands for a specific workplace, so maybe targeting a particular employer who's not providing what they should be for their workers in terms of COVID-19 compliant health and safety. So please look out for the emails from the Western Mass Area Labor Federation, or check out the Facebook pages of local unions or the Workers Center in order to keep up with that, and just take some time out of each Friday to make sure that we're protecting our frontline workers. Some folks who we've been organizing with over the last couple weeks have been saying that this moment is like working class genocide. And I think that that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the front lines that are dying, the front lines who are not receiving the care that they need, and that the businesses, the 1%, are prioritizing their bottom line rather than the needs of their workers. So we're going to keep fighting and helping to build the better world that we know we demand. And I think in this moment too, we're realizing that we are the ones that we've been waiting for. The work that our community is doing, the mutual aid, the unions that are providing the PPE and N95s for their own members, we need to keep stepping up and realizing that it's us who's going to provide what we need, and demanding that from the state and getting a shift.
Hi everyone, thanks for having me. I have a few remarks prepared. If the COVID crisis has shown us anything, it's shown us in bare terms the enormous inequalities that plague U.S. society, whether or not there's an actual plague on. Essential workers are given lip service as heroes, which means they're expected to endure even more of the degrading treatment they got before COVID. Except now it's honorable. No bailouts for cruise lines or oil companies. Yeah. We need an emergency bailout for workers and improved labor rights going forward. This goes triple for frontline workers. Something else has been made clear. We need Medicare for all, and we need it yesterday. We're the richest country in the history of the world. People have put off seeking treatment for COVID because they're afraid that a doctor's visit means an unpayable expense. This puts everyone in danger. The for-profit, just-in-time, supply chain, austerity model of healthcare has been shown to be literally deadly. Nurses don't have the PPE they need to work safely. Hospitals are already underserved communities are closing. The way we've seen people pull together to raise funds is inspiring. But if we had a sane healthcare system that put people and PPE before profits, we wouldn't have to do that and could, say, spend more money on our bitchin' car rally decor. We believe a better world is possible. One where nurses don't have to wear garbage bags to work. One where people can visit their doctors without fear of bankruptcy. Pioneer Valley DSA has committed itself to Medicare for All since its founding in 2017. Through our canvassing, we successfully got a ballot measure passed in Holyoke to force the City Council to vote to support a statewide Medicare for All bill. And our model started a firestorm across Massachusetts localities. Now a state bill is in the State House, and we're continuing to work on it with other DSA chapters across the country, across the state, to try to get it into shape to pass. We invite you to join us, so contact us through pvdemsoc, DEMSOC, @gmail.com. Find us on Twitter and Facebook, and our website, pioneervalleydsa.org. Protection for frontline workers, Medicare for all, solidarity forever.
Hey everybody, thank you for coming. It's great to see such a good crowd here today and a nice long line of cars wrapping around the next side street. That's great. So I am one of the staff nurses in the ER right over there. I also volunteer with the, thank you. I also volunteer as the junior chair of our bargaining unit with the Massachusetts Nurses Association. We are a unionized hospital. And we have the benefit of working with a larger group of people besides the voice of solidarity that we have within our own hospital, therefore the ability to speak directly to management and be heard, demanding that everyone in the hospital be wearing protective gear, which we had to do last month. At our labor management meeting, they were resistant to that. The next day we told them, if you don't approve of this by 1 o'clock, we're going to the media. And suddenly everyone was wearing masks in the hospital. So that really made a big difference. We couldn't do that without protective voice. I question if I would still have my job if I had gone to them as an individual promising to go to the media if they didn't let everyone wear masks, including registration clerks. People come to the ER, they kind of lean on the desk exhaustedly, breathe heavily into the clerk's face 2 feet away to talk about how much they can't breathe or how their stomach is upset or whatever. Yet the hospital wasn't letting that person wear a mask. So we got that settled. Every month, every week rather, the chief of our M&A, Donna Kelly Williams, has a direct letter with the governor talking about what we need for PPE for healthcare workers. And when I say healthcare workers, it's not just the nurses. It's not just the doctors. It's the housekeeping staff who thoroughly clean every room between patients. It's the kitchen staff who make sure that people who are hospitalized have good nutrition, because how important is that when you're ill? Not just the medicines, but you need your good dietary needs met. These people are important. The maintenance staff, who are also unionized, who heroically built more of our reverse precaution rooms to keep everybody safe. We had 1 airway protection room in the ER. Now we have a whole row of them because they just built doors. They just jerry-rigged stuff. They just put in vent units. They came to the need of the community and got what we need. So thank you for your support. This action every Friday is great. Let's get what we need for everybody to be safe.
Right. Thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Jason McGrath. I'm with UE Local 274. I'm the president there. It's at Kennemetal, the former GTD plant, right around the corner. We were deemed essential workers by the company, which I don't believe we really are. We make taps. But anyway, we've been deemed essential. We asked for hazard pay. They said, no, we don't do that. We weren't going to get anything. So we're working without hazard pay. When it comes to PPE, the plant manager gave us a little packet of about 5 masks that were disposable, one-time use. And after that, that was it. Management, yeah, exactly. Management will stay in their office. That's all clean, Lysol'd out. Come on the floor very rarely. And when they do, they make sure they have their PPE. They have a storage closet with masks that they hoard for management. They've even got hazmat suits in there that we found. Boxes and boxes in case they needed them, but we don't get that. As far as cleanliness goes and hygiene, they'd hired no extra people. We got 1 janitor, and he will do the best he can, but he has to do his job also. So he has to go around the plant when he has time, wipe down the machines, wipe down the bathrooms. But if he's sick and he's not there and he's out, well, the workers are the ones that suffer. We don't get it cleaned. So we're dealing with some things over there at Kennemetal, as probably many places are. But we support all the essential workers, the UE does, and I'm so psyched to see the turnout here. It's wonderful. to see all the support for all the essential workers. All right, thank you.
Hi everyone. I am an organizer at the local 1459, but I was also a Stop and Shop worker for 10 years. So I went back to my old Greenfield store today and asked them, you know, if there's something that you can say to everybody, what would you say? Overwhelmingly, they really want to thank you guys for all of this solidarity. Yesterday was the day that we all went back to work from our strike. Other unions and customers were an integral part of our fight, and it matters so much to them now that you're standing behind them, fighting for what they need as far as personal protection, which has worked, by the way. They now are wearing masks in every store. Everybody coming into every store is wearing masks. And they wanted to let me know, too, that they feel safer now than they did before, and it's because they know they have union support and people that are willing to fight for their safety. So they just greatly appreciate everything that you've done for them and continue to do for them. And they want to know that even though they are scared in these times, not only of going to work, but just what's going on in the stores, they want you to know that they want to be there for you guys. So thank you so much. All of us local unions, you know, we do a lot to help each other's immediate needs, and it's so nice to have you guys here to actually help uplift our spirits as well. And I'm so inspired that people are still organizing during this time as well. So thanks again.
In 2018, everyone in Franklin County voted for Medicare for all. It passed in every single town in Franklin County. And we've passed that on to state representatives, but we have a long way to go. We have a long way to go to get Medicare for all passed in Massachusetts. Even in a crisis like this, when it becomes evident that capitalism doesn't work for the people, it works for the rich, but it doesn't work for the masses of working people, the legislature still doesn't move and won't take any risks. I would just like to emphasize that rallies like this, and we have to figure out more ways to do things, because power never concedes anything without a struggle. Right. And we have to make sure we understand that. If you'll notice, one thing that the government shut down almost immediately was the National Labor Relations Board. They stopped holding elections for workers to have unions. The way workers can get unions now is going to be through their struggle and the support of the public, fighting to back them up. It will not come through the government. So I want to thank everyone who organized this. We need more demonstrations like this. We need more organization and support of workers. Keep up the struggle, because that's the only way we're going to win.
So as many of you know, folks in our community who are our neighbors, who are mothers, who are fathers, who work in the farms, who work in our restaurants, who might not have status, have been completely left out of being able to collect unemployment or receiving the $1,200 check. And so many folks across the country and across our state have launched undocumented worker funds. There's a few in Massachusetts. There's one specific one here in Western Mass called the 413 Undocu Worker Solidarity Fund, which we launched now 2 weeks ago, I think, with what we thought was an ambitious goal of $50,000, and as of today, we're at $105,000. Thank you to the generosity of many of you who are here today, who launched your own campaigns to get it up to that amount. And we had 370 applications within 48 hours when we opened the fund. We're not going to be able to raise enough money just as us, the people. We have to keep demanding that the state's going to provide a fund. California provided a fund for undocumented families and residents there, and so we're going to keep fighting for that, but until we win that, we do need support. We know that right now the amount we have isn't enough, and so please check that out. Go to the Pioneer Valley Worker Center website or our Facebook page, and you'll see info about the fund. And now I have the pleasure to introduce Claudia Rosales, who's an organizer with us at the Worker Center and has worked on farms here in our community and was one of the founding members of the Riquezas del Campo cooperative farm that had its first season last year. And Margaret Sawyer, one of the co-directors of the Worker Center, is going to translate for her.
Hola a todos, gracias por estar aquí. Mi nombre es Claudia Rosales, soy organizadora del Centro Obrero.
Hello everybody, it's great to see you all here. My name is Claudia Rosales and I'm an organizer at the Workers Center.
De verdad que estoy muy orgullosa de representar a mi comunidad inmigrante.
It's really true, I'm so proud to represent my immigrant community.
Y estoy aquí porque nosotros también tenemos derecho. Mi comunidad necesita protección, necesita mascarilla, necesita guantes, todo lo necesario que se debe proveer en sus trabajos, en las fincas.
True that my community demands our rights too. We need the same protections. We need PPE, we need masks, we need protection and gloves in our work, especially in farms.
Sabemos que en este país, ¿verdad? Los que tienen un seguro social, ellos han podido obtener el dinero que les ha podido dar el gobierno, mas sin embargo, mi comunidad no. Por ese motivo, yo sé que cada uno de ustedes están aquí apoyándonos y les agradezco mucho por eso.
And also I know that people here in our country who have social security numbers, they've been able to access the support and the resources through the federal government, but we know that the people in my community have not been able to, and I thank all of you for the support you've been able to provide.
Nosotros también tenemos derechos como todos, ¿verdad? Y se los hacemos saber a todas y gracias a las organizaciones que hacen posible y a las personas que donan para los inmigrantes que ellos no pueden obtener, ¿verdad? Económicamente, pues ahora ellos están mal, necesitan alimentos y la protección, pero sabemos que con la ayuda de ustedes y de las demás organizaciones, otro mundo es posible para mi comunidad.
I know that, in my community we have these same needs and these same rights, and it's because of you, because of organizations here today and other organizations like you all, that we're receiving that same protection and those same rights, and we thank you for your support and your financial support. Together we're ending the hunger and the need, and together I truly believe that another world is possible.
Seguimos en la lucha y no vamos a parar porque sabemos que ellos también tienen derecho como todos nosotros y estamos aquí para apoyar y gracias a todos y que pasen feliz tarde.
We're going to continue in the fight. We're not going to stop. We know that everyone has the same rights. Together, we're going to continue fighting, and we thank you all for being here today.
I just wanted to announce one other way in which you can support workers right now. The Area Labor Federation recently launched something called Feeding the Frontlines. You can look it up on the website. It's feedthefrontlineswm.com. And it's a way of supporting essential workers by providing meals from area restaurants. We all know that this is hitting the service industry particularly hard. I saw recently 93% of restaurant workers are out of work right now. So by supporting this fund, you'll be both showing solidarity with essential workers on the front lines and providing business to area restaurants. Thank you all for being here today.